A chance encounter, 3,000 words. On the bustling streets of Cillian Prime, the capital of the Galactic Consortium, a young human girl named Ava stumbles into an unfamiliar world. Ava, a prodigy in her own right, had been selected for a prestigious student exchange program, unaware of the life-changing journey that awaited her. As she navigates the alien landscape, Ava's curiosity and quick-witted nature immediately draw the attention of Zara, a brilliant Cillian scientist and professor at the renowned Cillian Academy of Sciences. Recognizing Ava's exceptional intellect, Zara takes the human girl under her wing, determined to unlock the full potential of this unlikely visitor. "You are unlike any student I have ever encountered," Zara muses, her piercing gaze studying Ava with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. "Your mind works in ways that challenge our most fundamental assumptions. I must understand what makes you tick." Ava, initially overwhelmed by the sheer scale and technological marvels of the Cillian cityscape, finds solace in Zara's mentorship. The Cillian professor's patient guidance and genuine interest in her ideas help Ava overcome her initial culture shock and embrace the opportunity before her. "I've never felt so at home, yet so out of place," Ava confesses to Zara during one of their many late-night discussions. "Everything here is so advanced, so different from what I'm used to. But there's an undeniable beauty to it all, a complexity that I can't help but want to unravel." Zara nods, her expression thoughtful. "That is precisely why I believe you belong here, Ava. Your perspective, your hunger for knowledge, could be the key to unlocking new frontiers in Cillian academia." Meanwhile, the Cillian academic elite view Ava's arrival with a mix of intrigue and skepticism. Can a human truly excel in the advanced Cillian educational system? Tensions rise as Ava's presence challenges long-held assumptions and traditions within the insular Cillian Academy. "We've never had a human student before," murmurs Professor Xyloth, a respected but conservative member of the Academy's governing body. "How can we be sure she won't disrupt the delicate balance of our institution? Her kind is known for their unpredictability." Others, however, see Ava's presence as an opportunity to push the boundaries of Cillian thought. Professor Keeler, a brilliant young Cillian physicist, approaches Ava with genuine curiosity, eager to learn from her unique perspective. "Just imagine the breakthroughs we could achieve by combining our knowledge and insights," Keeler says excitedly. "The Cillian Academy has been stagnant for too long. Perhaps your arrival is precisely the catalyst we need to spark a new era of discovery." As Ava settles into her new life at the Cillian Academy, she finds herself navigating a complex web of politics, prejudices, and personal rivalries. But with Zara's guidance and the support of like-minded allies, she is determined to prove her worth and make a lasting impact on this alien world. Adapting to a new world, 3,000 words. Immersed in the rigorous curriculum of the Cillian Academy, Ava quickly proves her mettle, excelling in subjects that even the most gifted Cillian students struggle with. Her innovative thinking and unorthodox problem-solving methods quickly earn her the admiration of her peers and the ire of conservative professors. In Zara's advanced astrophysics seminar, Ava's keen observations and insightful questions challenge long-held assumptions about the nature of the Cillian universe. Her classmates, initially skeptical of the human girl's capabilities, find themselves captivated by her unique perspective. Ava's approach to these complex problems is unlike anything I've ever encountered. Kyla marvels to Zara during a private conversation. She sees connections and patterns that we simply overlooked. If we could harness that kind of lateral thinking, the implications for our research could be revolutionary. As Ava navigates the complex social dynamics of the Academy, she forms an unlikely friendship with Keeler, who becomes an invaluable ally and confidant. Together, they embark on groundbreaking research projects, pushing the boundaries of Cillian scientific understanding and challenging the status quo. However, Ava's success does not go unnoticed by the Cillian political elite, who view her presence as a potential threat to their power. Whispers of human superiority and calls for stricter integration policies begin to circulate, setting the stage for a clash between tradition and progress. Professor Xyloth, the conservative voice on the Academy's governing board, becomes increasingly vocal in his opposition to Ava's influence. This human girl is disrupting the natural order of things, he argues during a heated faculty meeting. Her kind are known for their impulsiveness and disregard for our time-honored traditions. We cannot allow her to undermine the very foundations of our institution. Zara, ever the diplomat, tries to soothe the tensions, but even she finds herself caught in the crossfire of the growing ideological divide. Ava's achievements speak for themselves, she counters. Dismissing her contributions simply because of her species is not only short-sighted, but a disservice to the pursuit of knowledge. As the debate rages on, Ava finds herself caught in the middle, her every move scrutinized and dissected by both sides. She begins to doubt her ability to truly make a lasting impact, haunted by the realization that her presence may be doing more harm than good. What if I'm not meant to be here? Ava confesses to Keela during a late-night study session. What if my very existence is undermining everything you and Zara have worked so hard to build? Kyla places a reassuring hand on Ava's shoulder. You underestimate your worth, Ava. Your mind, your ideas, they're changing us, challenging us to think beyond the confines of our own biases. That kind of disruption is exactly what the HFY Academy needs, whether the conservative factions like it or not. Inspired by Kyla's unwavering belief in her, Ava redoubles her efforts, determined to prove her worth and forge a path forward that will benefit both human and Cillian alike. With Zara and Keela at her side, she embarks on a journey of self-discovery, poised to leave an indelible mark on the HFY Academy and perhaps the entire galactic consortium. The Whispers of Dissent, 3,000 words. Ava's rapid rise through the ranks of the HFY Academy ignites a firestorm of controversy within the Cillian academic and political circles. Conservative factions, fearful of the implications of human intellectual dominance, begin to sow seeds of doubt and resentment among the student body and faculty. In the hallways and common areas of the Academy, hushed conversations and furtive glances become the norm. Ava, once the subject of fascination and admiration, now finds herself the target of whispered criticisms and veiled hostility. Have you noticed how the human girl always seems to outperform our best and brightest? A student mutters to a group of classmates during a break between lectures. It's as if she's been engineered to be superior. Another student nods solemnly. I heard the consortium is using her as a test case to see how Cillians will respond to human encroachment. We can't let her kind take over our institutions. Amidst the growing tensions, Ava and Zara's groundbreaking research uncovers a startling revelation. The Cillian educational system has been deliberately designed to limit the potential of its students, stifling innovation and maintaining the status quo. This discovery threatens to upend the very foundations of Cillian society, and Ava finds herself at the center of a brewing revolution. The data is irrefutable, Zara announces during a private meeting with Ava and Kyla. The HFY Academy has been systematically suppressing the intellectual growth of its students for generations, all in the name of preserving the existing power structures. Ava's eyes widen with the gravity of the revelation. But how is that possible? Surely the Cillian people would not tolerate such blatant manipulation of their educational system. Kyla's expression darkens. That's precisely the point, Ava. The conservative factions have managed to maintain their grip on power by keeping the masses complacent and obedient. Any attempt to challenge the status quo is ruthlessly suppressed. As the whispers of dissent grow louder, Ava must navigate a delicate balance, using her intellect and diplomatic skills to bridge the divide between the progressive and conservative factions. Can she and Zara find a way to reform the HFY Academy and inspire a new generation of Cillian thinkers, or will the forces of tradition ultimately prevail? Ava's attempts to engage her skeptical peers are met with a mix of resistance and reluctant curiosity. Some, like Kyla, are eager to join the cause, but others remain firmly entrenched in their beliefs, unwilling to question the system that has served their families for generations. You may have the ear of the faculty, Ava, but the real power lies with its Cillian Council, warns one of Ava's classmates, a young woman named Alara. They will never allow you to dismantle the very foundations of our society, no matter how noble your intentions. Undaunted, Ava and her allies devise a bold plan to expose the Council's manipulations and rally the Cillian student body to their cause. They begin with small, targeted protests, gathering signatures and organizing peaceful demonstrations to draw attention to the Academy's systemic issues. As the movement gains momentum, the conservative factions respond with increasing hostility. Ava and her friends find themselves the targets of smear campaigns, intimidation tactics, and even physical altercations with pro-establishment students. In the midst of the turmoil, Ava turns to Zara for guidance, her once unwavering confidence beginning to waver. "I'm starting to wonder if I'm in over my head, Zara. What if we can't win this fight? What if the forces of tradition are simply too entrenched to overcome?" Zara places a reassuring hand on Ava's shoulder. "You've come too far to give up now, Ava. The future of the Cillian Academy, and perhaps the entire Galactic Consortium, rests on our ability to reform this system. We must persevere, no matter the cost." With renewed determination, Ava and her allies double down on their efforts, rallying more and more Cillian students to their cause. The whispers of dissent grow into a deafening roar, shaking the very foundations of the Cillian Academy and forcing the conservative factions to confront the uncomfortable truths they have long sought to suppress. The struggle for change, 3,000 words. Ava's presence at the Cillian Academy continues to provoke a fierce backlash from the conservative elite. Smear campaigns and political maneuvering threaten to undermine her hard-earned accomplishments, and she finds herself the target of harassment and intimidation. Rumors of Ava's human superiority and disruptive influence spread like wildfire through the Cillian social media networks, fueling the growing divide within the Academy. Conservative professors, once dismissive of the human girl's abilities, now launch scathing attacks on her character and qualifications. "This human has no place in our hallowed institution," Professor Xiloth declares during a heated faculty meeting. Her kind are known for their reckless disregard for tradition and their insatiable appetite for change. We cannot allow her to undermine the very foundations of Cillian society. Zara, ever the diplomat, tries to defend Ava, but even she finds herself struggling to navigate the treacherous political landscape. Ava's achievements speak for themselves, she argues. Dismissing her contributions simply because of her species is not only short-sighted, but a disservice to the pursuit of knowledge. Undeterred, Ava and Zara forge a coalition of like-minded students and professors, determined to challenge the systemic issues within the Cillian education system. Together, they devise a bold plan to restructure the Academy's curriculum and governance, aiming to unlock the true potential of Cillian students. At the heart of their plan is a radical proposal to establish a student-led governing body that would have a direct say in the Academy's decision-making processes. This would give the younger generation a voice in shaping the future of Cillian academia, a notion that horrifies the conservative factions. Allowing students to meddle in the affairs of the Academy, preposterous. Xiloth scoffs during a heated debate. They are not ready for such responsibility. We must maintain the established order, or our entire society will crumble. Ava, recognizing the gravity of the situation, steps forward, her unwavering gaze meeting Xiloth's. "Professor, with all due respect, it is precisely your devotion to the established order that has stifled innovation and kept the Cillian Academy from reaching its full potential. If we are to truly prepare the next generation for the challenges of the future, we must be willing to embrace change, even if it means challenging the status quo." The room falls silent, the tension palpable as the conservative and progressive factions size each other up. Kyla, ever the ally, stands beside Ava, lending her voice to the cause. Ava is right. By empowering our students, we can unlock a wellspring of creativity and problem-solving that will propel the Cillian Academy and Cillian society as a whole into a new era of discovery and progress. As the struggle for change intensifies, Ava must confront her own doubts and insecurities. Can she truly make a lasting impact in this alien world, or will the weight of tradition and opposition prove too much to overcome? Ava's resolve is tested, but her unwavering determination and Zora's steadfast support keep her fighting for a brighter future. Late one night, as Ava pores over the detailed proposals for the student-led governance model, Zora finds her hunched over her desk, a look of deep concentration on her face. "You are shouldering a great burden, Ava," Zora says softly, placing a comforting hand on the young human's shoulder. "The future of the Cillian Academy, and perhaps even the Galactic Consortium, rests on your ability to succeed. But I see the doubt in your eyes. What troubles you?" Ava looks up, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "What if I'm not enough, Zora? What if my presence here is doing more harm than good? I've worked so hard to prove myself, to make a difference, but what if I'm simply not up to the task?" Zora pulls Ava into a gentle embrace, her own emotions betraying the gravity of the situation. "You have already accomplished more than any of us could have imagined, Ava. Your very existence here has shaken the foundations of our society, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths. That kind of impact is not something to be taken lightly." Ava nods, taking a deep, steadying breath. "I know, Zora, but the stakes are so high, and the opposition is relentless. I can't help but wonder if I'm the right person to lead this charge." "You are the perfect person, Ava," Zora assures her, meeting her gaze with unwavering confidence. "Your intelligence, your resilience, your compassion, these are the qualities that will inspire the Cillian people to embrace the change we seek. You have the power to unite us, to show us that the path forward is not one of fear and division, but of cooperation and progress." Ava's lips curve into a tentative smile, her doubts beginning to fade in the face of Zora's unwavering belief. "Then I will not falter, Zora. For the sake of the Cillian Academy, and for future of us all, I will see this through to the end." With renewed determination, Ava throws herself back into the fight, rallying her allies and preparing for the decisive confrontation with the conservative factions. The stage is set for a showdown that will shape the destiny of the Cillian Academy, and perhaps the entire Galactic Consortium, for generations to come. A new dawn for Cillian, 3,000 words. In the culmination of their efforts, Ava and Zora's coalition stages a daring, yet peaceful, takeover of the Cillian Academy's governing body. Through a combination of strategic maneuvering, impassioned speeches, and the support of a growing student movement, they managed to overthrow the entrenched conservative leadership. The day of the historic vote dawns, the air thick with tension as its Cillian community gathers to witness the proceedings. Ava, her heart pounding in her chest, stands alongside Zora and Keela, ready to face the conservative factions head-on. As the ballots are cast, the room erupts into a cacophony of debate and argument. Siloth and his allies make a final, desperate attempt to sway the voters, warning of the human threat and the dangers of straying from Cillian tradition. This human girl and her band of dissenters seek to destroy the very fabric of our society. Siloth bellows, his crest feathers flaring in agitation. If we allow them to seize control, the Cillian Academy will become nothing more than a breeding ground for chaos and heresy. But Ava and her allies are well prepared, their response both measured and resolute. Zora steps forward, her calm demeanor belying the intensity of her conviction. "Professor Siloth, your attempts to cling to the status quo have only served to stifle the very progress and innovation that has made the Cillian Academy a beacon of excellence. Ava's presence here has not been a disruption, but a catalyst, one that has exposed the deep-seated flaws in our system and inspired a new generation of Cillian thinkers to demand better." The crowd murmurs in agreement, the tide of sentiment shifting in Ava's favor. Kyla, her voice clear and unwavering, adds her own impassioned plea. We stand here today not to destroy, but to build. Ava's human perspective has shown us that there are countless paths to knowledge and discovery, if only we are willing to open our minds. By embracing change and empowering our students, we can unlock the true potential of Silian Academy and usher in a new era of Silian excellence. As the final votes are tallied, Ava watches with bated breath, her hands trembling slightly. The moment of truth has arrived, and the fate of the Silian Academy hangs in the balance. When the results are announced, the room erupts in a roar of triumph. Ava and her allies have prevailed, their vision for a reformed and progressive Silian Academy now a reality. Siloth and the conservative faction are ousted, their influence on the Academy's future effectively neutered. In the aftermath of the historic vote, Ava finds herself the subject of both adulation and resentment. Some Silians embrace her as a hero, a symbol of hope and progress, while others still view her with suspicion and disdain. "You may have won this battle, human," one of Siloth's former allies spits, "but the war is far from over. The Silian way of life will not be so easily discarded." Ava meets the Silian's hostile gaze with unwavering resolve. This is not about winning or losing, but about building a better future for all of us. The old ways may have served us in the past, but the challenges of the present and the promise of the future demand that we evolve. I am confident that the Silian people have the strength and the wisdom to embrace that change. With the new reforms in place, the Silian Academy undergoes a dramatic transformation. The curriculum is revamped to encourage critical thinking, interdisciplinary collaboration, and the exploration of unconventional ideas. Ava's innovative teaching methods and Zara's groundbreaking research become the foundation for a renaissance in Silian academia. As the news of the Silian Academy's transformation spreads, the Silian populace is captivated by the promise of a brighter future. Ava's story becomes a symbol of hope, inspiring young Silians to dream beyond the constraints of tradition and embrace the transformative power of human Silian cooperation. In the halls of the Academy, Ava finds herself surrounded by a new generation of eager students, their eyes shining with excitement and curiosity. She takes the time to engage with them, sharing her experiences and encouraging them to challenge the status quo. The Silian Academy has always been a place of learning and discovery, Ava tells them, but now it can be so much more. Together, we can push the boundaries of Silian knowledge and unlock the true potential of this remarkable institution. The students nod, their determination mirroring Ava's own. They know that the road ahead will not be easy, that the conservative factions will continue to resist the changes taking place. But with Ava, Zara, and Kyla leading the way, they are ready to embrace the challenge and shape the future of their world. As Ava walks the corridors of the Academy, she can't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. What had once seemed like an insurmountable obstacle has become a triumph, not just for her, but for the entire Silian community. In the end, Ava's journey not only leaves an indelible mark on the Silian Academy, but also paves the way for a new era of cultural exchange, scientific advancement, and the realization that the pursuit of knowledge knows no boundaries, whether on Earth or among the stars. As she gazes out over the Silian skyline, Ava can't help but wonder what the future holds. But one thing is certain, her impact on this alien world will be felt for generations to come.